Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing so well. I figured I would give you all sort of a little bit of an update before I start this vlog. So basically, back in January 2025, I promised you all I would upload twice a week. Now, it's pretty obvious I haven't been able to commit to that by looking at my upload schedule. I've been uploading maybe once a month, and if that. And I wanted to explain a little bit why. Now, the reasons might be obvious, but I'm gonna just lay it all out there just so it's out there, done, never have to talk about it again. So back in January was when my medical internship started. So for those of you who don't know, I am on my journey to becoming a medical doctor. And so I have finished sort of what's called the medical school part of it, and then with my program you have to do 1 year just in the hospital, which is your intern year, and then you do 1 year of what is called social service, where it is about 1 year of dedicated work, free work. And so I am in my second to last year of finishing this program before I get my license to practice medicine. Very exciting stuff. But the reason why I bring that up is because I am not in normal school right now. I do not keep normal hours like I thought I would at the beginning of the year. And this intern year has just been so unpredictable, you guys. And for those of you who are going through the same process, I'm sure you understand and you know. But for those of you who don't know, so basically my days start anywhere between 4 to 5 a.m. where I use that time to get ready, do all of my morning stuff, and then get into the hospital for this rotation I'm currently in right now, which is gynecology and obstetrics. It is 7 a.m. It can be anywhere from 7 to 8 a.m., but this is my earliest rotation. And then I get out of the hospital anywhere from 2 to 4 p.m.-ish, sort of keeping in mind how much I'm able to get done and how quickly I'm able to get through all my tasks that are pending when I get to the hospital. Now, with that being said, I also have overnight shifts. I usually have about 2 a week because it's every 4th day that I have to do a 32 or 24-hour shift. And with all that being said, I also have board exams coming up. So we are required to take 3 exams in order to be able to obtain our medical license. And so the first one is actually coming up later this month, May 17th, so sort of mid-May, and it's the exam that I'm most dreading just because it's an exam that covers basic sciences, which you may think, well, it's basic, it should be easy, but my program is not really basic science heavy, I guess. It's more focused on the clinical sciences, and so biochem, anatomy, physiology are not my strongest subjects, just because I also took those during pandemic when everyone was going crazy and all of that fun stuff. And so for that reason, I have not been able to feel as confident going into this exam. Now, that has looked like days where I just don't sleep because I'm either stressed or nervous about the upcoming exam, or I'm studying. And so honestly, vlogging and filming and editing has not been at the forefront of my mind. However, I do recognize, and I did some reflection realizing that this is a hobby of mine, and it's so important to keep balance in your life no matter how busy your schedule is, because one thing that I've been running into is burnout. That's been a huge obstacle for me this year, which I've never really had a problem with before, but this year has just been insane, unlike any other as far as how busy I am. I am also still teaching and giving classes about 20 hours a week, so I also have that as well as running my animal sanctuary with my mom. And so I keep a pretty full schedule. But with that being said, I wanted to go back into filming more often and doing editing because it's something I truly enjoy. I'm not that good at it yet, but I'm learning. I'm watching videos when I can about tutorials about how to get better at editing styles and filming and all that fun stuff, because it is something that genuinely interests me. So I realize it's a hobby that's not hard to do. If I'm filming a day in my life, I just take my phone with me and film on the spot. It doesn't take up extra time. And as far as getting the editing done, I do a little bit day by day. So if I have shots that I already have filmed, I try to go ahead and get those edited that same day, so that way I don't leave all the editing till the very end and it takes up a whole bunch of time. So I'm learning how to sort of integrate my YouTube life back into my life, which is really exciting for me and actually has given me a lot of joy. And so For those of you who weren't looking for an explanation, you can just skip ahead like to minute 6 or 7 or whenever I finish rambling. But for those of you who were looking for an explanation, were genuinely disappointed that I wasn't keeping up to my promise, I do apologize, and I'm gonna do better at uploading. I'm not gonna announce my upload schedule because again, my schedule is super unpredictable. I would like to be able to post at least once a week or once every 2 weeks, but I can't promise anything. If I'm able to upload more videos, then I promise, or fewer videos, you know, I don't want there to be a whole thing. So I just wanted to come on here before you all see the vlog and let you know about that. But anyway, I hope you all look forward to the rest of my video. I'm going to show you all sort of what it looks like for me day to day right now, and it's a little bit of like a slice of life video, what it means for me to be productive and keep a full schedule while not completely going insane. So I hope you all enjoy the video. As always, if you like this video, please feel free to like it or comment something positive down below for the community. And if you really, really, really like it, please consider subscribing, because I am looking to grow my community and create a safe space where only positivity can thrive. So anyway, I hope you all are doing so well and staying healthy and being happy and joyous and fulfilled and all of those fun things. Also remembering to show gratitude, and I will hopefully be uploading more for you guys. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys this little update. So enjoy the video. Good morning, everyone. It is May 9th, I think. Yeah, May 9th. And it is currently 5:20 a.m. The plan was your girl was supposed to get up at 4 and study, but I got up at 4 and I just couldn't. Was not fully recovered sleep-wise from my night shift, and so I decided to sleep the extra hour and a half, and here we are. But anyway, I have to be leaving the house by 6:15 to get to the hospital before 7. And yeah, it's Friday. But yay, we love Fridays. And the plan is to just hang in there for the last day of the week. I have a night shift this weekend. It's a Sunday. But besides that, it's fine. It's okay. Your girl is hanging in there. But anyway, we're gonna go get ready and start our day. If we are not starting with some morning stretches, what are we even doing? And fun little surprise, your girl woke up with a fun little nose zit to have to deal with. So that's always fun. Okay, so we are going with the wine-colored scrubs as always. I'm putting on some heavy socks, not because it's cold, you guys, but just extra cushion because it's pretty difficult being in the hospital that long on your feet. So thick socks. It's Friday, so I'm very excited, but I have night shift on Sunday, so I just get tomorrow off from the hospital, but it is what it is. Can't complain. So anyway, I am all ready for the hospital. Sort of ignore the pile of laundry back there and the not made bed. But you can see I'm wearing my wine-colored scrubs. Just got to the hospital. I'm heading to pre-op to see if my patient is there, and then I will see you there. Okay guys, so what I'm doing right now are patient notes. So basically I've gone ahead and done the clinical history, but we have to enter it into the online system, and so I'm doing that now. And it is officially time to go home and get in my Uber. And today the plan is, or was, to just do a short little run because, as you hear me explain later on, I recently had an injury, and so I'm just easing back into my workout routine and running and all of that fun stuff. Okay, so we just got back from our run, which was only about which was only about 5 minutes because I'm easing back into training from an injury, or actually a few injuries that I had. So I took about a 3-week break from running. Um, so yeah, that's what's happening here, kind of easing back into training a little bit. So today was just a 5-minute run, nothing too crazy, but the good news is I didn't feel any pain or anything. So the plan is I'm gonna jump in the shower really quick, take a nice shower because your girl is sweating a little bit, and then I'm gonna go and get something to eat because I'm also starving, haven't had anything to eat all day today. Hospital rotation was pretty mediocre, it was pretty okay, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too busy, but also not slow. There is no better feeling than being post-shower, and today I was feeling a little peckish, so I decided to make a little snack, and this has been my hyperfixation meal now for quite some time, and it usually consists of some sort of grain like brown rice, a veggie. Today's choice was leftover broccoli and tofu from last night, and then I like to top it off with some sriracha for a little bit of kick and flavor, and then I put it all in these little seaweed wraps. They always say that good food heals the soul, and this could not be more true in my case. So after a good meal, it is now time to get back to the grind and do some studying, reading my study guides, and also doing some annotation. And also, side note, you guys should really check out Bon Iver's new album. Okay guys, so it is currently around 7:30 p.m. right now, and it is almost time for the chickens to start coming in and doing their little night routine, so I can't get much studying done at the moment. But what I'm basically doing, for anyone who cares about how I'm getting through board exams, so the first exam, my school's a little different. So along with the USMLE Step 1, which is optional if you decide to practice medicine in the US, we as an requirement have to take something called the IFOAM exam, which is basically based off of the MBME as opposed to like UWorld questions, from what I understand, like the differences. And so what I've been doing to prepare for this is we're not given dedicated study periods, I think, like some medical schools do. So you really just have to just find pockets of time to study, which is very difficult as it is. And so basically, and if you hear chickens in the background, I'm sorry. But anyway, so I have discovered probably one of the things that I really wish I had discovered early on, because I discovered it very late and now don't have time to really go through all of the material. But if you know Melman Medical, he makes study guides, like PDFs, and he also makes little short videos on questions, MBME questions, that I think you guys should really check out. I will link both his YouTube channel and his website. The PDFs, thank goodness for this person, are free. So you really don't even have to pay if you just want the material, like just want the study material. And his whole thing is he doesn't like overcomplicating concepts. So he just explains what you need to know to pass the Step 1 or IFOAM exam, which is basically MBME, and you're good to go. And obviously, no one is paying me to say this. It's just I've thought it was a really good resource that I wanted to share. Remember that the MBME is basically the Step 1 exam. I know a lot of people think, like, no, it's different or whatever it is, but it's basically the same. Like, the format's the same, the questions are the same concepts, everything. So I promise you, going through a few of his videos, he's a little bit like I would say he's very similar to like Medicosis Perfectionalis, but he's a little bit more heavy on like the cursing and stuff. So if you don't mind that, then by all means. But the whole point is to get you to pay attention, and it definitely like jars you awake and be like, huh, what did you say? And so I would definitely check it out. But anyway, so for the rest of the evening, I'm basically going to try and get all the chickens settled and do some more studying. What you saw earlier, that was my dinner. So I've already had dinner. The only plan for the rest of the evening is to study. I don't have anything planned tomorrow except for teaching, and then Sunday I have night shift. So it just kind of like in the evenings, it's go, go, go. I know for most people that's when their optimal study time is, but for me it's not, just because there's so much happening that's out of my control. And so, yeah, that's what I've basically been doing, just going through his videos, making some notes on my iPad, and then right before I go to sleep, I'm going to read through those and do a quick little review of everything that I've learned so far today. And so, yeah, we are going strong. I might try to do an MBME form for like a past one to practice. But besides that, nothing else planned. Okay, you guys, so it is currently around 9:15 p.m. It's a few hours later. So the plan for the rest of the night is to do some more studying up here in my room and then just fall asleep studying, I guess. That's kind of just the plan. I'm trying to get through more Melman medical videos. I'm currently working through my biochem block for the second time just because it happens to be just one of the more difficult blocks for me to get through. So I'm going to plan on doing that. I need to also make my to-do list for tomorrow because it's a pretty busy day and I want to make sure I get everything done, but also don't forget about any of the scheduled tasks I already have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have planned for the rest of the night. I already have done skincare, brushed my teeth, my hair is all ready. I've been doing like these protective hairstyles to go to sleep because I'm trying to keep my hair healthy. And yeah, so I'm just gonna get through some more videos, do some more annotating, and see how far I can get through with the videos. There are like 160 something, I think, in the playlist, and I'm like on number 8. So I really want to get through the whole block, but I'm not gonna pressure myself. If I get through it, great. If not, I'll just pick it up tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm going to do that for the rest of the evening. I realize that there are probably a lot of you right now watching this and screaming at your girl for sitting in bed, but to be honest, I really like being relaxed and feeling calm when I'm studying, and it just really helps me not feel stressed or nervous because I don't like being in that state of mind when I am trying to learn something new. And of course, eventually, we all end up falling asleep because this is just how it is sometimes. It is a new day, and your girl is, surprise, surprise, making her meal again. But instead of broccoli, I am using cucumbers, these cute little mini cucumbers I found at the store, and loading up on that sriracha. And this is the seaweed that I use. It's from Costco, it comes in bulk, it's perfect. And this is the ideal little snack because you have a good balance of everything. So if you all are looking for a new meal to try, I would definitely try this. It's more of a snack, but I treat it like a whole meal because it keeps me full for a really long time. And then after this, it was time to start teaching. I had quite a few students today, and this particular lesson was on algebra. I think we were factoring quadratics. I don't remember, but yeah. Okay, you guys, so I have realized that I have not done much filming today, but that's because your girl has been on a grind. Like, I have been doing nothing but working or studying, and that's it. Your girl had a little snack. She had some cucumbers, which were actually really good. I've been craving cucumbers. I don't know why. It's just like this weird craving I get every now and then. But anyway, so right now it is currently 5:24 p.m. and I'm getting ready to do another 3 hours of teaching. And so we have our hydration because honestly, like I love teaching and everything that comes with it, but it is a bit draining to go through it all like in one go. I like to have it separated out. But anyway, the plan is tonight to do sort of similarly to what I did yesterday, which was to have dinner already, which I've already done. And then as soon as I finish teaching, getting into bed and studying some more, which I know, don't come at me, you're not supposed to study in bed, but you know what? Any way I can get studying done, I'm going to do it. You know what? It works for me, and it is what it is. Sometimes I feel like all I show you guys is just me studying. I don't know how interesting this is for any of you, but I think my goal here on this channel is to just show you all realistically what my life or your life could look like if you are planning on going to med school and working full-time and doing a million different things, which is definitely not the typical experience, I would say, for most students, but it's realistic for my life. And I try to make it as aesthetically pleasing as I can, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. And a little side note is something I wanted to talk about is imposter syndrome. I have been suffering from this for a really long time throughout medical school. I always was told that either I had to do some high-level profession like law or medicine or something that required a lot of work and dedication, and honestly that really scared me for a really long time. So I went into education for a little bit, thinking that that was my life's purpose and all of that. And being 28 years old now, I can't tell you all what my life's purpose is yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I think as time goes by, the imposter syndrome is lessening, just because I know that personally I work hard for what I want, and I'm very dedicated to my career, and I'm very dedicated to the life that I have been working to build for myself, and I can't let anyone take that away from me. You know, I may not be the perfect student, I may not always be in the best mood all the time, but at the end of the day, I am fully in this, and I'm fully dedicated to completing this and seeing it through. I have big goals, I have big dreams that I plan on fulfilling, and this is just one of those steps that you have to get through. I think comparing yourself to others is inevitable, and anyone who tells you just to ignore doesn't really understand. It's very difficult. I think as someone who's both living in a foreign country, who has to speak a language that is not my native language and be around people all the time, as someone with social anxiety, is very difficult. And so with a lot of therapy and a lot of support from new friends that I've made, I am becoming more comfortable. Just recently, I would say in the past year and a half, I've gone through some stuff, as we all have, but I feel like I am putting in the work to where I deserve to be where I am. And the days where I catch myself going back on that or rethinking things, I just have to remember that I work so hard to get where I am, and for me to give up and feel that way is not productive. Okay guys, I'm currently in the hospital, and I am currently doing some patient interviews to get full clinical histories for our records, and it is currently 9 o'clock in the morning. And we have surgeries, I think we have 11 surgeries programmed today, so yeah. Little side note, but anytime you guys scrub into a surgery, you have to protect literally everything. So that includes a face mask, hairnet, or a little surgical cap if you have one. And then you have to put on these little booties as well, just to walk into the surgery room. Okay, so what I recommend if you're doing long shifts in the hospital is doing some sort of vitamin C zinc booster for immune support, because the hours are very long and very hard on your body. So I always make sure to boost, because I have a sort of a difficult history with my immune system, so I especially want to make sure that I am staying as healthy as I can with all the things, but I only do this if I have night shift like today. So again, I am in L&D, which is labor and delivery, doing patient notes, because today is not a slow day, but it's a long day, so I feel like if I spread out the work will take up the time. So anyway, I have about, I think, 4 more to do. I've done 4, I have 4 more, so we're halfway there. It's currently 3 p.m., but your girl is tired, and I still have to edit this video too, so we're gonna do that here in a little bit once I finish all my notes. So yeah, so far so good. Guys, no one tells you that being a doctor is 70% knowing how to do paperwork and fill out forms and 30% actual medicine. Like, this is so ridiculous. I have finished 5 patient notes, and I have 2 or 3 more to go. Actually, let me check. I think I've done 5, and I have 2 more. So timing wise, we're doing really well. All right, we have officially finished all patient notes, you guys. I cannot believe it. It's so insane and crazy how I was able to finally get all that done. But it is currently around 4:15ish p.m. I don't have anything else planned. I'm probably going to take a little bit of break because I've been just typing away and then get to studying. And if anyone comes to L&D, then obviously it's gonna be more work, but until then I'm just gonna try to study, probably start editing this video for you all, and try to have a productive rest of the day. And no sleeping, no napping. Okay guys, so it is currently 11 p.m. and there's not really much else that I'm doing except for waiting for any pending patients and studying. So what I think I'm gonna do is go ahead and end the vlog here so I can go ahead and get it uploaded and edited and uploaded for you guys. But yeah, I'm just sitting here and doing some NBME questions by this guy, Melvin Medical, that I think I've mentioned a few times. And he does like work through problems on his YouTube channel. So I'm just going through those, making some notes, and then gonna head to bed. So yeah, or hopefully head to bed. We'll see if they let me sleep. But anyway, so if you all enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like or commenting something positive down in the comments below. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.